Hi there, this is Thomas Nagel. I would like to talk about engineering base and data strategy for plant operators in general, and show you some best practices for using data in everyday's life. So, if you solve challenges, you will realize added value. What does it mean? Media breaks and inefficient processes normally are available at every company, at every operator's plant, something like this. So you have a lot of good information within your expert systems, but they are not linked to each other. Knowledge often is in the heads of employees, but not available for new employees or for others. No easy way to that knowledge. So maybe you have expert systems and they are not easy to use, not easy to search and find the information. Maybe also you have decentral processes and a culture hidden in old processes. Recurring errors and problems will not be solved because the lessons learned is not implemented. And also little transparency because the data and the documents and information are not easily available. Modern solutions might be there but not yet integrated or not linked to your work. So what I would like to talk about is the opportunity and the possibility of usable and linked data which will increase your success. As we know, latest since Google is there, easy access to good data or to data leads to higher quality in everything you do, in preparation of maintenance, in your service activities, in preparing everything. Downtimes can be reduced by selecting the correct and right spare parts, or it can be increased by using the wrong ones. Efficient execution of the work by your customers, by maybe yourself or by your partners and subcontractors you are using. The result of increasing security and availability leads to good results of your work and the confidence in your own data strategy. So just look at, let's say, the service information system SIS1, and in one specific example, because we were talking to a group of engineering base users in the operator's environment. So companies do have great information in all their expert systems. Maybe in the enterprise resource planning system like SAP, they have a lot of information like material master, prices, bill of materials, stock information. Is my part available? If yes, where? And many other things. Then you all maybe have a CAD system and or PDM, PLM system. So you have maybe 2D and 3D models and some more information linked to this files which you would like to use in the field. You have maybe a system like engineering base or ePlan or Zocken or Comos or whatsoever, where you have also linked information for pneumatic, electric, hydraulic information. It might be that you have also a document management system or a content management system which allows you to have, or where you organize great information for maintenance, repair work, or maybe operation. Last but not least, there are lots of tons of documents from your suppliers and or partners or OEMs which might have supplied documents like PDF, Excel files, and so on and so forth. So what it means is you have existing data, you would like to use this data, you would like to publish the data, and then you would like to get it interconnected and linked to each other. And this is what the Service Information SIS1 is doing. It learns the link between the different available systems and information. And it learns it once and then you can publish it all over again. And it gives you this later online, it gives you the data maybe offline, and if you want to, you can also create prints, PDFs with linked and corrected data, something like this. And it is for the maintenance, for the electrician, for automation engineer, for the people in the field, but also for all people who would like to have access to this good existing data, but linked to each other and in easy access. So what would it mean? For example, a person would like to enter into the P&ID and would like to identify maybe an item, a tag number or a function, and then he would like to jump from that tag number and get some more data from the ERP. So he's just clicking on the tag number, on the symbol, on the P&ID, and on the right hand side on the information area he will see right away what part number maybe, is it on stock, who's the supplier, what is the price, and so on and so forth, if you as a company would like to have it. You will have access to different views, as you may know it from Engineering Base or other systems. So you can select the functions, you can select the view device, you can select the locations, and then you can navigate as you know it also from Engineering Base. Just in case you are on, let's say, an item on the P&ID, you can easily click the right-hand click and you will end up maybe in the electrical details, the wiring diagrams, cable diagrams, and again here also article numbers, ERP information, control cabinet diagrams, and so on and so forth, just based on the linked information. And or you would like to look at mechanical details like jumping to the part number, learning about the supplier catalog numbers or their part number, find the technical documentation like repair or maintenance instructions and or operation instructions, and for sure finding the right spare and wear parts. And also maybe you got arrangement drawings in 2D and or 3D, and you would like to get them more smart. So what it means is you have a drawing, an arrangement drawing, and you have marked all the parts or tag numbers to it, and then it becomes smart. So you can just click on a certain item and you again jump into the information I just explained, or you would like to see what's behind that part, and again ERP information, CRE or EB information, and so on. So what would it mean if available knowledge would be there for everyone and everywhere? So all the information which you have in your systems could be also become available for your maintenance, for your service. The details will be there and they will be linked to each other. What was used to be in the heads of the individual experts, employees, is maybe then available for everybody, every users, all colleagues. The number of employees who can immediately help your customer or maybe help your colleague in the field will increase. And this simple availability of knowledge from various systems leads to new possibilities in the maintenance, and it will increase your success in that what you do. Very interesting. I was just talking about Google. So what does it mean? Find instead of search. A simple visualized search is available. So you can just use a quick search, enter maybe a word, enter a number, enter something you know about the item or the information you are looking for, and then it pops up in the different areas of ERP information, EB or CAE information, CAD information, or if you have it also in documentation tool or a module, it will pop up there. What it means is you can easily just use a quick search, and or you go into a detailed search and you can combine information. Like, I know that in the description of my part there is the word flow, and I know that the part number has maybe an O and a 2 and a 3 inside. So you can combine it and you will find right away the correct information within, let's say, less than a second. Standard functions you can also use to to create service information and support for the search. So you can save these kinds of searches if you would like. The result is at least 30% reduced search time for thousands of operations per year. So what it means is maybe all of your colleagues will search day by day, and it means that 1,000 times or thousands of times you can reduce this non-operational time. Also, again, maybe you got from a supplier spare part supplies, repair supplies, whatsoever for an equipment, and you can also add it to your view of this equipment. So you have maybe a machine number, serial number, and you ordering parts for it, and it can be then visualized also in this service portal, which means you know exactly to that part what was delivered, and everybody can see it, not just an expert. And on top of it, maybe you have then a picture included, if you will like, or a wiring diagram, or let's say a document which is also part of your SAP documentation or whatsoever. What it means is that you can start doing things with an end-to-end workflow without any media breaks. So just imagine you start in your SAP, in your plant maintenance processing tool, the PM module, and you will jump into this, let's say, service information system. And then you can select all the data you need, maybe the spare parts or the wear parts you need for your maintenance, and you bring it back to your SAP system. There are no media breaks then no more, because SAP is linked with your operations information system or service information system. You can easily, in this system, you can easily integrate data and information from your suppliers and maybe also your OEMs, and you do not have to do it in great detail in SAP. You just can add it easily with an Excel list, for example, in this information system. And just in case you really need it sometimes, some way, someday, you will excite if you start and create a material number in SAP, or if you just make an one-time procurement access item out of it. But there is no work to be done for this, for all the parts which might be never be relevant for you, because you will never use it. This leads to a more efficient work and free up some time that can be used to optimize your work or your time. Some customers are using this system also to create an alternative parts function. What it means is, maybe you have a machine or equipment from a manufacturer supplier, and you know that this bearing, for example, just take a bearing as an example, is from SKF or from another supplier, but the original spare part is quite expensive, and you identify that this spare part from this manufacturer is relevant or is equivalent to the SKF spare part, which you know you can get much cheaper. So what you do is you make a mapping inside of the service system, service information system, saying this supplier number, this supplier with the number 4711, for example, has a part number 5711, which is the same like the SKF number, which we can buy for less cost, something like this. So this service information system will then identify for all times where this supplier used this bearing in his machines, will automatically identify this and will ask you would like to move this original part to SAP or maybe the alternative part, and then it moves it into the into your maintenance order processing item in SAP, for example. And you will save thousands of times costs for, let's say, spare parts which you can more easy or faster or cheaper get from other suppliers. Just in case you are using this system and you would like to learn and understand more and use all your good repair reports and maybe commissioning reports, and maybe you have also a content management system where you have information from your suppliers or manufacturers or yourself organized, and you can use all these different data storages and just create with a module called AI search the opportunity of getting information out of this data which you have available, which is added to a parts list in the service information system. So just in case you have created a parts list coming out of, let's say, the information from your suppliers or maybe from your systems like Engineering Base and or maybe Comos, and you have a parts list and structure and an equipment list inside of the service information system, you will be able to add on also an AI module, which is a semantic search, which gives you also some more information about maybe I would like to change the hydraulic piping, and then you will find the right information for it. Last but not least, I also want to show, because we were talking about Engineering Base, that you can take your good information and you move it maybe into 3D models, and you can hand over all the great information which are added to Engineering Base also into your attributes of your 3D planning, and it doesn't matter if it is Revit or Navisworks or AutoCAD 3D or Inventor or whatsoever. It is a typical way how you can move your data from Engineering Base and or different systems into 3D. And this is exactly, for example, why we are also working together with a partner called Unitech, who is taking data and information from different expert systems, and it is moving it into, let's say, an exchange format, and it is creating connectors to bring good data from EB, from Revit, from whatsoever, also maybe into the SysOne module. So this was what I wanted to present, and I hope there were something interesting also for you in this presentation. And just in case you would like to learn more, just do not hesitate and contact me. Thanks, have a great day, bye bye.